to order tonight, Tuesday, April the 4th, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. If you would, please silence your cell phones and any other electronic devices. Tonight, our prayer will be by our Planning Director, Mr. Scott Ankerson, and our Pledge of Allegiance will be by Councilman College. Please stand.
Heavenly Father, we bow before you tonight. We give you honor, we give you praise and glory, Lord. We thank you for our many blessings, God. We ask that you continue to keep your hand upon us, protect us, put your hedge of protection around the city, around our city employees, our first responders, God. We pray tonight in this meeting that you give us wisdom, Lord. You give us unity, discernment as we conduct city business and make these important decisions to move this city forward, God. We thank you for the many blessings that you've bestowed upon this city. We ask that you continue to do that as we serve you and we love you, Lord. We ask that you just be with us tonight, and we thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ, and his sacrifice for our sins on Calvary's cross. And we ask all of this in his name. Amen.
Amen.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Councilman College, and thank you, Mr. Ankerson. That brings us to our agenda order of approval. Do we have any additions or changes, Ms. Yancey?
Yes, sir.
Do we have a motion to approve the agenda order approval?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Gilat. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman College. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Who is on the call with us this evening? But I heard it. Thank you, Mark. And I heard it ding again though while we were. Somebody else on the call?
It's Emily.
Okay. Thanks, Emily. Ms. Yancey, our announcements.
Our community campout will be April 15th, starting at 3 p.m. at Shepherd State Park. City of Gautier's Earth Day celebration will be Friday, April 21st, from 9 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. at Shepherd State Park. You can stop by our Welcome Center for Earth Day giveaways. And our Tasty Thursday will be April 27th, starting at 11 a.m. at the former Singing River Mall property.
Thank you, Ms. Yancey. That brings us to our presentation agenda. We have the first one up is a proclamation recognizing Child Abuse Prevention and Awareness Month. And we have with us tonight Ms. Molly Hilburn, who is on the board of CASA. If you'd like to come up and receive the proclamation. State of Mississippi, City of Gautier Proclamation, a proclamation recognizing Child Abuse Prevention and Awareness Month. Whereas City of Gautier prides itself on giving back to the community, contributing to the quality of life among our citizens. And whereas CASA of Southeast Mississippi is an association with the National Court Appointed Services Special Advocate Association, speaks for the best interest of abused, neglected children who were involved in the juvenile courts. And whereas more than 35,534 reports of maltreatment throughout the state of Mississippi are reported to suffer from some form of abuse and neglect each year. And whereas of those, roughly 6,529 were substantiated investigations, meaning at least one form of abuse or neglect was found. And whereas in Jackson County there were about 273 or more substantiated incidents of abuse, neglect, and/or exploitation. And whereas within our state, 81 children died according to the most recent federal numbers reported abuse and neglect. And whereas through a national effort, the City of Gautier community members are encouraged to join together to raise awareness for those children that have fallen victim to abuse and neglect throughout the month of April. And whereas this effort will give abused and neglected children in our community and throughout the month of April, and our community and around the county, a chance for a safe and positive future. Now therefore, we, mayor and city council for the city of Gautier, Mississippi, by virtue of authority vested in me, do hereby proclaim April 2023 as Child Abuse Prevention and Awareness Month in this city, and in doing so, urge all citizens to join in a national effort to raise awareness and help prevent child abuse and neglect. And witness whereof I hereunto set my hand and cause the seal of the city of Gautier, Mississippi to be affixed on this, the 4th day of April 2023. Mayor Casey Ryan, city of Gautier, Mississippi.
Thank you very much.
And Molly, would you like to say something?
I would like to just do a little brief introduction to CASA, for those of you that are not familiar with it. CASA here in Jackson County actually was the first CASA in the state of Mississippi. They've been in existence since 1988. So we've been in existence since 1988. And we started serving Jackson, George, and Greene counties in 2022. But sadly, Jackson County almost always has the most children in Child Protective Services. This month, as of yesterday, there are 252 children in Child Protective Services that we service. There are 75 children in George County and 40 in Greene County. Now working to serve. Last year, we served over 90% of the children. It's our goal, obviously, to serve 100% of the children. We couldn't do it, and we couldn't even come close to doing it without the support of people like you, our community, our mayor, our leaders. We need your support, and we need volunteers. Please, if you
That's what I
are
was going to say,
interested.
if you wanted to
Yes,
touch on that.
yes, we need volunteers. All of our advocates are volunteer. We have very few staff members that are paid. Everyone works to build a life for these children. The advocate is appointed by the court to work with the child, with their family, with the educators to make sure that the child's best interest is being met. When a child ends up in a situation like this in a foster home in court, the parents have someone representing them, the state has someone representing them. Unless there's an advocate, there's no one representing that child. And quite often, as you know, in foster homes, the children are moved from home to home, they're moved from school to school. The only constant in their life is the advocate. And they stay very closely involved with them throughout the entire case. So we, again, thank you for your support. We hope if you're interested, if you have any questions, to reach out to us and help us get some more volunteers.
And also support them. I encourage you to go visit they have a Facebook page you can visit, and also gives, if you don't have Facebook, you can contact out at youth court. They'll put you in contact with CASA, their number. They have fun, and it's on a website, but they have fundraising events that you can contribute if you don't want to volunteer your time, and help offset some of the costs, because these children come there, as you heard, they need school supplies, they need clothing, there's necessities that they need. So please, if you're led to contribute, I ask that you do so.
Casa Blues coming up in June.
And their number one fundraiser is Casa Blues, and Molly, you want to tell about that?
Well, we have food, we have auctions, we have entertainment. It will be again at the Jackson County
Civic Center.
Civic Center, thank you. We've had it there for the last several years. It's been very successful. Last night we had the Light of Hope celebration at the Lighthouse in Pascagoula, which there are still pinwheels there. You can see one for every child that we service. So.
And that was a very nice event y'all had over there. Molly, could we get a picture of you with the board?
I'll keep that. That's not going to be good. One, two, three.
Thank you. We appreciate you volunteering. That brings us to presentation agenda item number 2, presentation by Chris Stafford presenting the Recruitment Video Awards to the City of Gautier's Police and Fire Department.
Thank you, Mayor. My name is Chris, and I just want to thank everyone for the opportunity to come and do this. I was speaking with Samuel Goff, I believe his name is, and he mentioned that you guys were at the meeting. For those of you who don't know, I got the extreme privilege to produce a recruitment video for the police and fire department for the city of Gautier. We started in 2021, the summer, and due to COVID and complications and the other things that happened, we filmed through the last part of 2021 and through the first part of 2022. And during that time, I filmed a small project for the Mississippi Aquarium. And they submitted some of my work that was not even edited, it was just kind of raw, sent in, and they said, hey, you want an award? And I was like, how's that possible? I didn't really do much for this award. It was a very small project, but they credited me with the award. So I said, well, you know what? I'm going to submit my two favorite things I've ever worked on, which is the two recruitment videos. And when I called the city of Gautier back in 2021, I was just starting my video business, and I just wanted to serve the community. I had a passion to film, tried all the other cities around. No one had given me the opportunity at the time. My business was still very small. But the city of Gautier called me, and I got the opportunity to work with them. And to this day, almost 2.5 years later, their recruitment videos are still personally my favorite pieces of work that I've gotten to work on. I recently did a video for the Pascagoula Junior ROTC for the Navy, and that is really close up to these recruitment videos, but I'm very honored. I don't want to take long in presenting these, but I just need you to understand the level of these awards are now being recognized on the state level. So the police department and fire department for the city of Gautier are now being seen, these recruitment videos are being seen from judges all over the state, and I'm going to be informed soon if they make it past the state level, then it will go to a regional level. So when I submitted these videos to the American Advertising Federation, basically there are people who submit work all the time, from graphics to websites, promotional content, video. There's several categories. Well, in the advertising world, a Golden Addy is the biggest single award that you can be given. And so I would like to recognize Chief Latch with the fire department. For the first of 2 awards, they have received a Golden Addy for the public service field of Best Film, Video, and Sound. And they are actually credited on the state level award. And so I just want to thank Chief Latch for the opportunity and the privilege to serve alongside, not to serve, to video and film their service with the fire department. It was such an honor. Chief Latch and the rest of his team were extremely accommodating. I was shocked at how easily they were to work with, because most people, when they get into the film industry and video, we don't get to do projects like this. We usually film boring commercials and real estate and interviews. And so when I got a chance to ride in a fire truck, I said, yes, sir. So it received a Golden Addy, which is, I didn't even know what that was a year and a half ago, but it's the highest award that any video content can receive. And it's it's now going to the state, on the state level. And also the second award for the fire department, is that, give you the right one? Oh, I'm sorry, this is for Best Film, Video, and Sound, and this is the Golden Addy, I'm sorry. So there's 2 separate awards. One is the actual Addy Award individually, and then out of every single piece of video content that was submitted on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, the fire department won Best of Film, Video, and Sound.
I don't think they
Star's getting towed in. So what's interesting about this, just really quick, is they only told me I won 2 awards, or we won 2 awards, and I credited the department with this award because they did the work along with the police department. I just held the camera and tried to make it look magical. They did all the work. It was really impressive, but there were so many videos from all over the state and that were submitted, and I got to watch a lot of them. I had no idea that the fire department had won 2 separate awards. So these, out of all of the film, these are the 2 highest awards that you can receive. And so I just want to thank Chief Latch and the fire department for their hard work and dedication. And on the bottom of these, maybe kind of hard to read, it says, Stafford Studios would like to thank the Gautier Fire Department for the opportunity and privilege to film this project for the city of Gautier. It's been an honor to share this award with such outstanding men and women of the community. So thank you so much, Chief Latch, and to the city of Gautier for your hard work and dedication for these 2 awards. I have 2 awards for the police department. So, so I guess you can stand here.
I'll stand up here.
Okay, perfect. So for the police department, when I called, just as a little backstory to this project, I haven't even gotten my camera in yet. I have a couple years of experience in filming and editing, and I have a degree in the entertainment industry. So I had just ordered a new camera, and they called and said, we want you to produce a video. I didn't have a camera in hand at the time. I was still, my business had just started, and so I was really nervous, but I met with them. And so with the police department, I haven't told a lot of people this, but I feel like in a past life, I was born to be a police officer. Actually, a funny story is I was going through some really tough times a couple years ago. I was battling a lot of depression. I was thinking to a lot of people who've had a lot of positive impact in my life, and I remembered the people in the police department that I've met over the years. Long story short, I went and tried out for the Biloxi Police Department. My friends who were there did everything great. They said I was going to be a great candidate. It came to the mile-and-a-half run, and I said, my shins can't handle it. So it was really tough because I just knew that that's what I was supposed to do. And I think it's wonderful that the prayers take place here. There's a lot of people of faith in this room. And I believe God has a plan for us. And even though we may not see it, sometimes the door looks different from the outside. I think we're going to walk through. So when I got the opportunity to film this, I literally, along with the fire department, I literally was just a kid in the candy shop. I said, I can't believe I'm getting to do this. It's such an awesome privilege to be able to film this. And like I said, to this day, these are 2 of my favorite videos. When people want to see my work, I point them to this on my website. And so Chief Bevers and Deputy Chief Bond were very great to work with. They were so accommodating. I mean, I felt like I was in a movie the whole time. Like I said, in the video industry, we don't get to do stuff like this a lot. And so it was a huge honor to film with the city. They were so helpful all the time, asking what I needed, anything that we could do. We even staged a fake crime scene, which to this day is like one of the coolest things ever. And I was like, are you sure we can do this? Like, I don't know what's going on, but this is fun. So I want to present, they received 2 awards as well. They received a Golden Addy, which I submitted the 2 individual videos, thinking that one would get first place, the other would get second place. Well, both of them got gold. I don't know how that's possible, but they did. So I'd like to present the police department with the Golden Addy for public service, online film, video, and sound. This is also being sent to the state level as well. So now other police departments and fire departments all over the state of Mississippi, along with all of the other American Advertising Federation, will view this content and really put these 2 public departments on the map for the city of Gautier. So I just want to present this to you. This is the first one. And the second, Chief Latch, you'll have to forgive me, but actually received Best of Show, which trumps the best. So I was in the back of the room when they announced this, and I thought the awards were over, but out of every piece of content, graphic, there were postcards, there were magazines, everything from the Mississippi Gulf Coast. The police video won best entry and highest score out of everything that was ever submitted. So I want to present this to the police department. You guys did the hard work, as well as the fire department as well. I was lucky enough to stand and hit the record button, but you guys have the Best of Show and both received a Golden Addy as well. And thank you to the board for letting me present this as well. I usually don't get this opportunity to see and give these awards to my clients face to face, so thank you. It's a great privilege to come here and have a few moments of this meeting to present them with it.
Chris, we appreciate you coming tonight to recognize them and also for your hard work. But also we want to thank Ms. Yancey for agreeing for them, and she was tired of hearing us all say we need to be competitive, and telling them y'all get somebody to get it done. So Ms. Yancey with her department and you did a great job, and what a recognition. So can we get a photo And Miss Yancey, will you come get in the photo? And
I'm gonna stand up here, I'm gonna look really bad so that I
good job. Thank all y'all. And if you've not seen the videos, I encourage you to see them because they are very entertaining. And yes, on a cold morning on that boat, creating a movie.
Our mayor was on the boat, yeah.
At the Wounded Warrior event, because we were working the Wounded Warrior volunteering, and we had our police boat out there contributing to, once again, another community event involving veterans. So we were able to accommodate two things at once. So it was a great day to include some of that in there. Thank you all again. That brings us to our business agenda item number 1. Resolution to participate in the National Opioid Settlement Agreement with Teva, Allergan, CVS, Walgreens, and Walmart by our city attorney, Mr. Josh Kennels.
Yes, Mayor. As y'all will recall, we elected to file a lawsuit against several opioid manufacturers and distributors. That lawsuit got removed to a federal MDL where it's going through the lengthy process. Y'all previously approved a settlement with Janssen Pharmaceuticals. This is kind of the next batch of settlements. It's authorizing your lead counsel, Ms. Gautier, to go ahead and sign everything and get that done. We won't know the exact amount that the city will receive until we find out how many cities participate in it, because it'll vary depending on participation. You have any questions for me?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Downs. Any public comments on this business agenda item? Do we have a motion for council? Motion by Councilman Jackson. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Gilat. Any discussion starting with Councilman George?
No comment.
Councilman Jackson?
Yes, I noticed it says, Indy, Ohio.
Yes, sir. So when you have large-scale lawsuits that are similar in nature, sometimes the federal court system will set up what's called an MDL, a multi-district litigation, and they picked Ohio for this one. Sometimes they're in Philadelphia, sometimes they're in Mississippi, but that's why we got shipped over there.
Okay. Well, just no other question, but I'm just glad that we're getting this done.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Councilman Gilat?
Bring some money home.
Yes, sir.
Councilman College?
No comments.
Councilman Anderson? No comment. Councilman Elbin?
No comment.
All in favor? Motion carries. That brings us to business agenda item number 2. Authorization to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Mississippi Department of Archives and History for a Mississippi Landmark Grant for the Gautier Historic School Rehabilitation Project, MLG number 2023-001 by our city manager, Ms. Polly Yancey.
Yes, Mayor, just to give you a little background, the Gautier Historic Schoolhouse was designated as a Mississippi landmark by MDAH in 2012 for its historical and architectural significance. And in 2013, it was named as one of the 10 most endangered historic sites in Mississippi by the Mississippi Heritage Trust. In 2013, the city received an MDAH Community Heritage Preservation Grant of $80,000 with a $20,000 match to complete Phase 1, which was to stabilize the building. A $50,000 grant was also received from the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources for the first phase, which was completed in 2017. At that time, the building received a new foundation, a new roof, and a new floor. This particular project, we are receiving a grant from the Mississippi Landmark Grant Program, which was established under House Bill 1082 and administered through MDAH. This grant that we are receiving, which you have before you, it will provide $74,577 towards this phase of the project, and the local match is $18,644 for a total of $93,221. In this particular phase, it will restore and weatherproof the exterior structure, repair and refinish existing exterior siding, remediate the lead-based paint and repaint the exterior, repair and refinish existing windows, replace missing windows, provide new entrance doors, and restore the front porch and make it accessible. And we would just ask that you authorize this grant agreement. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Thank you, Ms. Yancey. Do we have any public comments on business agenda item number 2? None? Do we have a motion by council?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman College. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman George. Any discussion? Councilman George? Councilman Jackson?
comment.
Councilman Gilat?
We already have this money?
Yes, sir, I think you signed this agreement.
Yeah, okay. Now, we have to go out and find a contractor to do this work?
Yes, sir, we're
We're
waiting.
gonna put it out for bids or
We're
what?
waiting for an agreement with the architect. Chris Lunsford has kind of been overseeing this. You have to have everything approved by MDAH because it is a historic building. So they've approved him as an architect. We're waiting for an agreement from him, and he kind of gave us the overall number for this phase. Once he designs it, then we will go out, and it has to be a
Qualified.
MDAH qualified approved
Contractor.
contractor. Yes, sir.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman Gilat. Councilman College?
It was the same questions there? Yes.
Beat you to it.
Yep. No other comments.
Thank you. Councilman Anderson?
Yes, is this the next to the last phase of this schoolhouse, or where do we stand in phases?
Well, the more you phase it, the more the costs go up. As you know, inflation has caused everything to go up.
Yeah.
But, no, this is not the next to the last phase. Whether or not it's the next to the last phase will depend on, in the future, what size grant you get. If you get a $300,000 grant, this may be the next to the last phase. If you're doing it in $90,000 increments, it probably won't, because I know some of the future plans after this phase is to build some, because they're wanting it to be a museum. So they're going to have to build some public restrooms, kind of detached, kind of by a walkway, I think, for the building, and some other amenities which are not included in here. However, restoring and weatherproofing it and removing the lead-based paint and replacing the windows and making it will certainly have an visual impact, because you're going to be able to see that from the outside.
So the outside should be more or less finished with this phase, with exception of bathrooms, you say, or something?
Yeah, there's bathrooms left and some other items on the interior, but it should make the outside look much better than it looks right
I
now.
hope so. The inside is not going to be,
Yes,
nothing
sir, it's
done,
got-
nothing done on the inside on this phase?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
It's,
Interior.
I think it's in some interior paint in here somewhere. Restore more exterior repair to finish existing exterior media lead-based paint. Finish existing windows, places, providing history. Yeah, it looks like it's most on the outside.
Yeah. Okay. that's
And the
all
new
I-
entrance doors.
Yeah, new
Porch.
That's all I got, thank you.
Councilman Elvin?
No comment.
I just want to thank our legislatures for providing this money to MDAH, and also Ms. Yancey, and Ms. Stennett is not here any longer, but her hard work to make this happen. As we know, it is the gateway into our city park, and it is part of our history, and the schoolhouse was more than a schoolhouse to some of us. Some of us took dance lessons, some took music lessons, and some went there to vote, along with many other things. So the schoolhouse has been utilized for a lot in our community, and we should educate our young people all about our heritage. So thank you for your hard work. We have a motion by Councilman College, a second by Councilman George. All in favor? Motion carries. That brings us to business agenda item number 3. Consider a request for a 5-foot variance to a side yard setback requirements and a 2-foot variance to a rear yard setback requirements for an accessory building in an R1 low-density, single-family residential zoning district located at 813 Roy's Road, Gautier, Mississippi, GPC number 2305-VAR PID number 818-17210.000 by Planning Director, Mr. Scott Ankerson.
Thank you, Mayor. The planning department has received this request from James Knight for the 5-foot variance to side yard setback requirements and 2-foot variance to rear yard setback requirements for an accessory building in R1 district. The application fee of $175 was paid on January 9, 2023, and all public notice requirements have been met. Some background on this property and this project: the applicant would like to place a 20 by 24 accessory building in the rear of the property. We'd like to place the accessory building 5 feet from the side property line, 3 feet from the rear. In an R1 zoning district, setback requirements for an accessory building are 2 feet from the side property line and 5 feet from the rear property line. So the applicant is asking for the 5-foot variance to the side yard requirement and 2-foot variance to the rear. After hearing this case, the Planning Commission recommends denial of the variance request based on the fact that it would not cause a hardship to the applicant to place the shed within the required setbacks. City Council may approve the variance request as presented, approve the variance request with changes, or deny the variance request. I've included the excerpt from the GPC meeting dated March 3rd, 2023, and the complete packet and application. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Thank you, Mr. Ankerson. Do we have any public comments on business agenda item number 3? Any public comments? If you'll come here to the front podium, state your first and last name and address, and you have 3 minutes.
My name is Joanne Knight. My husband is working, he couldn't be here this evening. The address is 813 Roy's Road. First of all, it is probably irrelevant, but we sold the house around the corner at Roxanne. We were there 22 years. And this property was a rental property. And since we've been there, we've done a lot of improvements to the property. And one of the things that we did for ourselves personally was we installed an above ground pool. And the resident that's there, the home that's there is kind of sitting on the back of the property. And we would like to have that extra space because we don't have a whole lot of backyard. And there is a tree in the corner that we don't want to have to cut that also, takes up space. So we need the storage because right now we're paying for 2 storage units. We went from a 2-story, 3,000 square foot house to a little over 1,000. So my husband just retired and we don't know what we're going to do. So we're not ready to go out and purchase another house. So we're trying to stay where we are for now until we figure things out.
Is that
Questions?
Yeah, we'll see if anybody on the board has any. Let's get a motion first, Ms. Knight. Any other public comments on this business agenda item? None. Do we have a motion from council?
I would like to make a motion. Let me get back here. I lost it. These iPads, I tell you. I got it coming out here. Okay, I'd like to make a motion. I'd first like to ask you a question. Could you live with that 2-foot setback on the back property line? Does that mean 2 feet, the building would be 2 feet from the property line, or 3 feet, Scott?
You're asking for a 2-foot variance, so that would mean it would be 3 feet.
Be 3 feet from the property line, okay. Okay, I'd like to make a motion to consider a request for a 5-foot variance to side yard setback requirements and a 2-foot variance to a rear yard setback requirement for an accessory building in R1 density single-family residential zoning district located at 813 Roy's Road, Gautier, Mississippi. GPC pound 2305 VAR PID pound 818-7210.000.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilman Anderson. We have a second by Councilman George. Any discussion? Starting with Councilman George.
I have no comments.
Councilman Jackson?
No comment.
Councilman Gilat?
So your motion is to 5 and 2. That's what they're asking for.
Yeah. So that would be 5 foot from the side property line and 3 foot from the back property line, right, Scott?
Correct.
I thought we could only violate the unless it was a hardship. What happens if we do this and then somebody else comes in with another one? What do we gotta do?
Yeah, say that again. So what if somebody comes in with another request for
For a variance that violates the ordinance?
They're asking for a variance.
a variance, you're saying if, well, I mean, I guess I'm presuming that if y'all voted to approve it.
If
that it
you
meets all
read the thing,
criteria.
it says you can change it if it's due to a hardship. This is just a request only, it's not a hardship. They could put the building to the 10 and 5, okay. Now, if we approve this, and then somebody comes in here next month with another one and say, you did it for them, you gotta do it for me?
Well, first of all, I think that would be precedential in nature because they're not, there's going to be different circumstances. But I think if you vote to approve, anybody that votes to approve is having a finding of fact that that all the criteria are met, including the under hardship element.
Say that again?
If you vote to approve, you are finding that your criteria are met and that there is a hardship and that all the other criteria are met in this instance.
But this item states there is no hardship.
Well, that's what the planning commission found.
Yeah.
We haven't got to ask her the questions yet. We haven't got to ask her those questions yet.
We're about to vote on it though.
If you read the whole item in there, when they was in the planning commission, they said it was just a request, it wasn't a hardship.
Well, you have a chance now to ask her if she has any hardships, any future plans for the area in the backyard.
What I'm doing is I'm talking to the city attorney as to what happens if we approve this and it's not considered a hardship.
If you vote to approve it, you're voting that the criteria are met, including the hardship. And if it doesn't get appealed within 10 days, then it'll be a variance grant
Doesn't get appealed by
anyone.
anyone. Okay. I'm done.
Okay, thank you, Councilman Gilat. Councilman College?
Based on the square footage of this shed, would they require engineering foundation?
Square footage wouldn't have anything to do with the requirement of engineered plans. It would be if it were a manufactured building, like a prefab metal building kit, then we would require engineered plans. If they chose to stick build it per the building code, then we would just have, they would not need to be engineered plans. We would review it against the building code to make sure it was compliant.
Oh, I gotcha. I thought for some reason if it was under like 200 square foot, it wasn't required. It was over 200 square foot, it was required, but I guess maybe I was mistaken
The
on
building
that.
code does state that it was under 199 square feet, that engineered plans aren't required no matter what.
So they will have to submit engineered plans for this shed then?
Not if they stick build it per the building code, because this is over 200 square feet.
Yeah, I'm saying it's over 200 square foot, so.
But what the building code states is that if it's less than 199 square feet, they wouldn't have to submit engineered plans.
Yeah, but it is over that, so they will have to submit engineered plans.
Only if it's a prefab structure that's not conventionally stick built.
Okay. What kind of foundation do you know are you going to build this on? Is it going to be on piers? Are you going to do a concrete
We'd
foundation?
like to do a concrete slab.
A concrete slab. What's the proximity to the tree that you have in the backyard there to where that slab would be?
Well, it depends on where we're allowed to place the shed.
So if you were to fall within the actual setback lines itself being 5 foot and 10 foot, what would be your proximity to that tree?
We would most likely have to cut the tree.
Have to cut a tree? Do you know what kind of tree it is off the top of your head?
It's a pretty good size one. I don't know.
So does it have a shallow root system? Can you see the roots and stuff around it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think it's a live oak, isn't it?
No.
Did you go by that?
Yeah, it looks sort of like an old, I forget what, Chinaberry tree, but I'm not sure. It was not a live oak. It's not an oak, doesn't appear to be an oak.
Oh, I thought it looked like an oak,
It's not.
but it might not be. I mean,
it was hard to tell. I couldn't tell what kind
I
of
just
tree.
know it's an old tree.
Yeah, it's-
Well, the reason I'm asking, if it's actually going to be a slab-on grade and due to proximity to tree, it could either cause hardship to the tree itself, or in the future, if the tree root system comes up, it could adversely impact your slab, on that house. Whereabouts on
We do
the,
have quite a few oak trees right there, which the roots are visible, but I don't recall when I'm out there raking, it's been last summer, I haven't been up there yet this year, but
I got you.
seeing any roots.
Whereabouts on the property did you put the above-ground pool?
Well, the home sits right here, so this
Okay.
is the home,
Yep.
and the pool is right here, right kind of behind it.
Okay, so it's almost like directly behind.
Not like you see out through here.
Okay, yeah, so it's. An artist, I'm not.
No, that's all right.
And so,
It's all.
and this looks
It's round and not oval, but,
Yeah.
No, it's oval.
oh, is it oval?
It's oval.
Oh, okay.
And then, so it looks like, it's kind of hard to see this drawing, but it looks like there's more property. So the tree is in the corner, and
Well, you're actually over here.
Yeah, we're over here.
So I think your pool's back in here. The pool's got to be behind. It's not.
That's a pool.
Isn't this the front?
The pool's back here in the back. They drew it on the front yard. It's in the backyard, like where they got a rectangle, but it's round or oval.
Okay, so that's
I'm
why I
looking
wanted
at, this is the
to.
front?
No,
This
that's
is
your
the
front.
road.
Oh, okay, well, what is this?
I assume
supposed to be the
that,
pool?
I assume that's the pool he had etched in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if
So-
this is the back, the pool's right here. So
Yeah.
let's see,
The shed
so
the shed is back here,
Yeah.
the shop would be,
the new shed.
oh, okay, yeah, so the
See
shop
the
would
outline
be.
right here?
All right, I'm sorry, the shop would be kind of going this way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would come,
Oh, he's gonna put it long ways this way.
I think so, because
Yeah.
it would just take up so much
Yeah.
room here.
Yeah. 24, okay.
Okay. All right, that's all the questions I have. Thank you.
Councilman Anderson, you got,
Yes, was you needing more yard space for any particular reason, like boat storage or any other reason?
No, I have a pet, I have a dog, but I'd like to have a garden. But
Right now, you have two sheds on this property that are non-conforming. They're actually on the property
Right,
line.
and one of them is, the only reason it's standing is the wood that's inside of it, and that's going to be torn down.
It's going to be torn down. It's non-conforming. It's practically on the property line right now. And the other,
And that's because when I don't know if it was before we were incorporated, but my neighbor also has a shop shed that is just about on the property line, and I don't know if they're grandfathered in, if that, but, yeah.
well, you're grandfathered, and you're grandfathered on the one up front that sits out forward to the front of the house. It's also one corner of it is actually on the property line. And your husband said something about maybe even tearing it down if he didn't redo it. But that's neither here nor there. The two sheds together, the one you want to build and the one you want to keep on the front, is 200 and something square feet over what you're going to be allowed in square footage for the two sheds. So, because it's only 50% of your house, and your house is 1,034 square feet, 10,034 square feet. So he's either going to have to build the new shed a little smaller if you keep the front shed, or he's going to have to scale down the size of the front shed or take it down completely like he's doing the one that's in bad shape. That's neither here nor there on the variance, but I'm just telling you that up front so he'll know. But you're just trying to save, I guess your hardship, you're saying you're trying to save as much room in your backyard as you can without having just dead space behind and on the side of the shed.
Saving money from storage yet.
I understand there's nobody protesting this.
No, there was a couple that was here when we first
at the planning commission.
presented, but they had the wrong place. It was not, they thought we were behind them, and we aren't. They had the wrong address.
Okay, and there's nobody here tonight, so. And I talked to some neighbors across the street, probably the nicest house in the Roy's Road area, and they had no protest against what you're doing because they feel like you're going to be cleaning the place up and making it look more presentable with what you're doing. That's all I got.
Okay. Thank you, Councilman Anderson. Councilman Elvin.
No, Rusty, I had the questions answered. I was going to say, you're getting rid of 2 old sheds to improve the look of your property with a new shed. And as you just said, there's nobody in opposition that we know of.
Right, and we put new windows in, and we put new hardy plank up, and if we could do one of 2 things, we could either make that shop a little smaller and keep the other one. If we do that, we're gonna hardy plank that one as well, so that it'll match the home. Or we can, if he decides he wants to keep the size, tear the other one down.
So,
That's all I got.
Thank you, Councilman Elvin.
can I say one quick thing? So the property behind it, adjacent to it, is not in opposition at all, right? Y'all spoke with them and everything? They fine with it?
I didn't speak to the ones directly behind it, but they didn't come out and protest.
Okay.
And the one directly behind it, the gentleman that, his daughter lives there, they bought the house for the daughter. He just purchased a property on Roy's on the left, just before the street, and then he has another house there, and he offered to clean up some of the debris, not debris, but woods, like, because we're gonna put a privacy fence up, and he said he would bring in equipment and clean that up and help us put up the privacy fence, because his daughter lives there and has a 2-year-old, so,
Okay.
yeah, so he's not, and we've talked to him.
Okay. No further questions.
Okay. Anything else you wanted to say, Ms. Knight? Okay.
That's it.
Well, thank y'all for investing up there, and that community is a good little community, and
Yes.
y'all have a lot of great people who live there that have community events, and y'all are all a close-knit little family up there,
Yeah, my
so.
mother-in-law lives across the street, and my sister-in-law owns the house to the left, so, yeah.
Well,
Like I said, we've been there 23 years now, so
well,
we like it.
well, thank you for staying and not leaving. Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Anderson, a second by Councilman George. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. That brings us to our 4th approval of the docket of claims. They've been provided online, also by our city clerk in our agendas that was emailed to us. That is the staff presentation. Do we have any public comments on the approval of the docket of claims? None? Do we have a motion from council?
I make a motion, we approve the docket of claims, provided that all entries thereon are true, correct, properly entered, and not fraudulent.
Got a motion by Councilman College. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Elvin. Any discussion? Starting with Councilman George.
I don't really have a whole lot other than thanks for the police department, their hard work. And
Councilman George.
Well, yeah.
We're on business agenda item number 4.
sorry, I can't say let me sleep last night. So go ahead.
Okay.
I'm good.
Councilman Jackson.
No, he's trying to rush this meeting along.
Teresa, I was thinking, what did you do to the docket?
My God.
Councilman Galat.
No comment.
Councilman College.
He's ready to jump ahead to the end now. No comments.
My
Councilman
wife she
Anderson.
must have saw that on live.
Councilman Elvin.
No comment.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Motion carries. That brings us to consent agenda item. We approve all in one motion unless somebody wants to remove one. One is approval of minutes from recess council meeting held March the 21st, 2023. 2 is received February 2023 finance report. 3, approval of water and sewer adjustments for April 2023 in the amount of $13,625.61. 4, authorization to remove broken chairs from the city of Gautier's inventory. 5, authorization to advertise for request for proposal for disaster debris monitoring services. 6, authorization to advertise for request for proposal for disaster response services and supply firms. 7, authorization to advertise for request for proposals for disaster debris removal services. And 8, non-pro-tunc order correcting the resolution expressing intent to grant tax exemption to Magnolia Landing Investments LLC. Does anybody want to pull one? Do we have a motion to approve 1 through 8?
So moved.
Have a motion by Councilman Gilat. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Anderson. All in favor? Motion carries. That brings us to our study agenda. We first is discuss citizen comments. You have 3 minutes to come to the podium, state your first and last name and your address, and be glad to hear what you have to say. Any citizen comments? None. That brings us to our council comments. It's the first meeting of the month, so we will start with Councilman George. Go ahead, Councilman George.
There we go.
Thank you for your hard work in yesterday's event and continuing investigation. I know it's nerve-wracking and not an easy task, and we appreciate you handling it professionally. And other than that, hopefully that's the last event we have like that for a while.
Just don't have any more.
Our police department and everybody really does a great job of trying to prevent these incidents, but sometimes you have outsiders that come in your city and cause ruckus. But other than that, thank you for your presentation tonight. My wife was a CASA volunteer for many years, and it's a great organization, and that's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman George. Councilman Jackson?
Yes, NAACP, they'll be having a banquet on May the 13th. We invited those that want to come on the board. They also have tables for $400 for 8 people, $54 per person. Those that want to come to the NAACP banquet at Pascagoula at the Hilton Garden Inn. That's one of the things I might have. Also addressing the issue, I know it's an ongoing investigation, so I'll be mindful of what I say. Anything that happens in my ward, I take responsibility. I don't run from the responsibilities of it. So whether it's good things that happen or bad things that happen, I'm gonna fully take responsibilities of it. And whatever actions I take place, I'm gonna be mindful of what I do to make sure it's best for the citizen, especially making them feel protected, feeling safe in their homes, in their living space, as far as the community concerned. So again, any actions, anything, whether it's good or bad, I don't run from that. In fact, I know that some people want to see that area fail, some want to see it successful. But when those that want to see it fail, all it does is make me work harder. That's all it is. I'm not going to give you the privilege to see that area fail. We're going to push that area until it gets in the position that it needs to be in to be a better place. And it's becoming that. It's a lot of changes have taken place in that neighborhood. The beautification of it, the value of it has changed. As the way people act, the way they feel about the community has changed. People are calling me, has been calling me like, man, we got to do something. This is the first time everybody really serious about coming together and saying, look, we got to do something because we want to save our community. We want to prevent incidents for like this happening. Normally people just whatever, hey, this is what's going on and blah, blah, blah. But now they see that we're moving forward with the community. People are now calling me and saying, look, we at a good stage right now. We don't want no more of this. We're going to push all the nonsense out of our community. We don't have that many incidents like this on a regular basis. This is not that type of area. I've been in bad communities. I've done community work. I know what a real bad community look like. And Gautier don't have that. So we're gonna keep pushing that to prevent anything like this from happening ever again. So that's pretty much all I have on it. I just want to let everybody know that I see what's going on. I'm active in the community and I take full responsibility. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Jackson. Councilman Gilat?
No comment.
Councilman College?
I'd just like to continue to thank the city and all the staff for all their hard work that they do, specifically this time of year with all the city events and community service events we have going on. They are very welcomed and appreciated by the council, and I know the residents of the city certainly enjoy it. Last one being at Mako Park yesterday for the Easter egg hunt there, but we have 2 other events coming up this month, later on this month, actually 3 more events. So I just, encourage all our residents to please come out and participate and show your appreciation, not appreciation, but as being a community member. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman College.
And I forgot to thank the police department. They did do a great job. I apologize. I was just thinking about the situation, and it was just more so on my mind. But I thank y'all. Y'all did a great job, and it really did slow down everybody in that area. It made everybody feel comfortable.
And you're absolutely right. Community involvement is the biggest thing, and I think these events that we have constantly are making a change, and the investments that the cities have made to that area, Mako Park and all that stuff, is having a positive impact. We just, you get a bad seed every once in a while, and it seems like the residents citywide are taking more pride in their neighborhoods and their environments, are being more proactive on making sure this kind of incidents don't happen.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman College and Councilman Jackson. Councilman Anderson.
Yeah, kudos to the police department and the fire department for their Hollywoodism. I hope you guys don't leave here because you get the big head. But congratulations on this. I'm looking forward to looking at the videos. I'm sure they're well put together. And congratulations, guys. Y'all do a good job. Thank you, Molly, for your volunteerism with the CASA. And I guess that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Elvin.
As always, thank the city employees for the work you do to make this city run each and every day. We couldn't do without you. Ms. Ramona, thank you for seeing that lighting project up there between Dollar General and Lima Drive. It made a big improvement lighting up that area, that dark curve. Thank you, Waste Pro. Thank you for the job you do. And hopefully we'll get the tips we need to bring this guy to justice and prevent this crime in South Gautier. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman Elvin. I would like to thank our Parks and Recreation Director, Chastity Bilbo, for she is over our community events, and we used to have none. We had 0. We had no recreation many years ago, and to go from nothing to what we have today, I say we're doing pretty good. And I encourage our residents to attend those events and be supportive, because all that is part of economic development. So Chastity, you and your staff are part of that process, and I just want to thank all of you and all the departments. As I stated that night when I thanked all of you when we closed the night out after watching that wonderful movie, I thank all of you, your staff. Y'all all go above and beyond. First United Methodist Church, Gautier, Mississippi. If y'all have never met MJ, their pastor there, I encourage you to go to Facebook and look at First United Methodist Church of Gautier. If you're ever down in the dumps, if you're ever needing somebody, you can call on her and she will turn it around. She's motivational, she's encouraging. Their whole church is very supportive of our community. They care about everything from our government to the youth. And for them to step up, and they do so many partnerships with our city, we thank them for that. But this past Sunday, to be at Mako Park at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that used to be blighted and nothing there, to see all these parents and all these young children and Easter Bunny and Easter eggs, it was just motivational. It makes you know you're doing the right thing and you're doing a good thing to give back to a community. And it's not just one area that needed that park. Our whole city needed the park. That is the park where everybody played ball here in Gautier, Mississippi. So people can be negative, as you heard Councilman Jackson say, but we are determined. I had people reach out that with their concerns, and we hear their concerns, but Baco Park is safe. We made sure it was safe. It's got security cameras that are top notch that other cities are calling to ask, where do you get them? Who do you use? I mean, that's how good it is down there. Our police has a presence there. You can feel safe at Baco Park. I want everybody to feel assured you can feel safe at Baco Park. And I encourage you to go down there. It's a beautiful park, got a playground for children. It's got a splash pad. It's got 2 basketball courts, baseball fields. Just go down there and enjoy it. It's open for all of you to use in our community, and I want it to have a positive impact and not let something negative affect you all. But I would also like to thank our Gautier Police Department and the Police Chief, David Bevers, for their hard work and dedication to work to solve the crime from yesterday. I also want to thank all of public safety that was there, because our fire department was there, Acadian Ambulance was there, we had other agencies there, and when Councilman Jackson said he takes it personal, he does. When you have a councilman call you and is sitting there, he sees it all, but he can't do nothing but just pray. He calls me, and I head there immediately. I just want to say kudos to everybody who worked, and let's pray for all of them, but also pray for the victim's family, because they're also going through a hard time. But that area is not bad. If I hear it called the hood one more time, I'm here to tell you, Gautier, Mississippi don't have a hood. If we have a hood, I want somebody to bring me to it and give me the definition of a hood. But Gautier, Mississippi don't have a hood. That area is just like any other area in Gautier, Mississippi. Their home values have gone up down there. People are invested in their community. They're turning blighted homes into nicer homes that are appraised higher than people can imagine right now down there. So they are coming back, and I want to give Councilman Jackson kudos for your hard work down there and being part of your community and listening. But when we heard the residents yesterday, when I went down there, to help be positive, to remind them they're safe, the residents are safe. They all had concerns. They all had the same concerns. We hear them. They all are proud of Baco Park. And we are here, our police department is here to work to make it better for any community in Gautier, and they will make it better. And we are not playing with risque business. You can take it to the north, to the south, to the east, or the west. But we are not putting up with that here in Gautier, Mississippi, and our police chief has repeatedly said they are going to get it cleaned up. So I advise anybody watching on Facebook Live, you can take that to the bank. And Judge St. Pay does not play either. So once again, thank our public safety, both departments, for all y'all's hard work. Thank our city manager. Ramona, yours tough. They volunteered some too, so thank them. We appreciate their hard work. It takes a village when we have an event here in our city. It's not just one department. It takes volunteers from planning department everywhere. And planning department gets a lot of complaints, but kudos. I know y'all are working hard on all the blighted properties we continue to get a lot of complaints about, but we are determined to get them cleaned up also. It's just taken a little time, but we have to go through a legal process to take care of it. But we are committed to getting everything cleaned up, because beautification is all about economic development. So we are open for that. So thank you all. That brings us to our city manager's comments, Ms. Shanksy. And our city attorney's comments. Do you have anything?
What about a city clerk?
Oh, city clerk. She don't have Ms. Montgomery.
I still want to ask her.
Teresa, I started to put her on the spot earlier, but I thought I would reprieve her.
Come on, Teresa, hit him back.
Oh. Our city attorney.
Yes, Mayor. Based on our prior discussion at our last meeting, I prepared an order basically directing me to file a pleading in the annexation suit filed by Ocean Springs, expressing our desire not to object to the annexation. So I'll pass that out, or pass that to y'all for consideration.
Do we have a motion?
So I'll move.
Are you gonna read?
Make a motion that, where's that? I've got it here somewhere. I'll make a motion to, I mean, how do you want me to word this? Direct Josh to,
I would just say approve the order expressing no objection to the annexation.
okay, I make a motion to approve the order expressing the objection to the annexation. So
No objection.
To no objection.
We have,
I promise I know what I'm doing.
we have a motion by Councilman George to make a motion.
I don't want to make this motion anymore. I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Second.
You already finished
Yeah, I'm
it.
kidding.
A second by Councilman College. Do we have any discussion? Starting with Councilman George.
No.
Councilman Jackson? Councilman Gilat? No. Councilman College?
No.
Councilman Anderson? No. Councilman Elbin?
No comment.
All I have to say is good luck to Ocean Springs and all their developments they have going on. We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Motion carries. That brings us to, do we have a motion to recess until April the 18th, 2023 at 6:30 PM?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Gilat. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Jackson. All in favor? Motion carries.
I did it.